Hi, everyone. How are you? This Easter season, I don't know how the weather is for you, but it's here. It's beautiful here on the East Coast in New Jersey today. Spring is really coming, and I think I have allergies to go along with it. So if you hear me, if I have to sneeze, you'll understand. But it's good to be with you. And yesterday I had the lesson with the twins, and of course, for this coming Sunday, it's the well, not this coming Sunday. Let me see. Wait a minute. Yeah, this coming Sunday is the theme of the parable, or not even a parable. It's about Jesus as the Good Shepherd. And we had some really good conversation about that. Like, who is a shepherd? Who makes it? What is a good shepherd? What do you need to be a shepherd? And to know your sheep. So, in a way, it was a little fun to do this gospel this week. One of the other things in the lesson, at least for Venture, was the fact that the Vatican has a farm, a working farm. And we all know that Pope Francis is very into the environment and all those ecological issues, which is great. But for them to have a farm, we talked about creating a farm, planting things. And it was like, well, we used to do it. We did it during COVID, but haven't had a chance to do it now. And I said, yeah, it takes a lot of work. So, but just to have that idea planted, no pun intended, in their little minds, so that maybe they can think about that. Maybe if they would like to do that, but they were taken very up with the fact that the Vatican has a farm. So was I. I never knew that, and I think that's great. I think that's a great thing and a great example for the rest of us to really look to our environment and certainly to read Laudate Si by the Pope and to you know talk about climate change and how we are responsible and how God gave this to us and we are to take care of it. It's not to be abused. So that was yesterday, and it was interesting because, as I said, they were making connections really well in terms of the shepherd, and we played some music, shepherd music, different kinds, and it was a very relaxed kind of lesson, and I think we're all kind of coming down it's a little bit because we only have a couple of more weeks left. So we're kind of coming down on that. What I am going to do and what I did yesterday, and this is interesting because I belong to a women's group. We're reading a book and then we discuss it. And right now we're reading a book on prayer by Father James Martin. And in it, he talks about using the imagination with scripture and things like that. And I thought, why can't we have the children do that? And if you remember a few weeks ago, when I had it on the link, kind of a meditation, it was for Palm Sunday and what the children might have reacted to. And I know my kids took to it very well. They liked that idea of imagining them being in the gospel scene, or even, it doesn't even have to be the gospel. Right now, we're talking about the Acts of the Apostles as well. So you can choose, that first reading if you would like to do that. But James Martin has in this book a chapter on imaginative prayer or using imagination, as I said, for different scripture passages. And I took it from him and I told them, okay, you have already heard me give this to you. I wrote it up. Now it's your turn. Now they're older, so they can do it. And for a younger child, you may just want to read it. But what I am going to do, it is called using imagination with scripture. And I'm going to put it as a link into the helpful lesson planning piece on the website that we get every week in terms of the summary of the gospel. I will put a link in there for the May 5th um, gospel, those readings for Sunday, May 5th. So you'll be able to get it. When you see it, it's just, a list of what things you may want to do, how to get around this, how you do this. So their assignment, and I don't like to use the word assignment, but I am, is to read the scripture, but also, and I hemmed and I know I'm all over the place, it seems, but I hemmed and hawed about, it's about Jesus talking to them. It's nothing exciting like we might see, like the Road to Emmaus story or um, uh, Palm Sunday story there's no drama. It's just Jesus talking to us about loving. And I thought, why can't they imagine themselves there? So I gave them the sheets. They have 2 weeks to do it. And it'll be interesting to see what their reaction is. Unfortunately, you're not going to probably know about it because that will be our last lesson. May 5th is the last lesson for the program. Unless I do post something later on, we'll see. Let me think about it. You know, that might work, maybe not. But if not, certainly email me and tell me how it went. I really would love to know how that goes for you. And they were fine with it. And it was like, what do you taste? What do you smell when you're there and you're in the scene? So and then I started to think about it because this is where Jesus says about loving, as Father loves you, I love you, I love my disciples. Imagine Jesus saying that right to you directly. So it turns out, I think, it'll be a pretty good gospel to do something like this. I think any gospel would be good to do it, but they seem to get a lot out of it. As I said, for younger children, you can just prompt them and say, what do you smell? Picture you're there with Jesus, or picture you're there with Peter. Do you smell anything? Do you see anything? What do you see? Imagine, using imagination. And it was very interesting because when I was with this group of women yesterday, we talked about imagination in prayer and in scripture, and they said they never ever imagined to do such a thing because they almost like they weren't allowed to growing up. You don't use your imagination, you just do what's black and white, and that's it. But they felt such freedom in being able to do that and finding that God can even be closer to you than you think, just because you picture God, Jesus sitting right in front of you. So I will put that link on for the May 5th helpful hints when I do the gospel summary or the reading summary. And you certainly feel free to use it. But as I said, let me know how it goes if you do use it, because I would like to do that. Yesterday, on my way home from this meeting with the women going on to teach the children, I stopped. I think I told you last time that Justin is going to be doing the readings. He's lecturing at the family mass on May 5th. May 5th is a big deal this year, aside Cinco de Mayo and everything else. And she said, Grandma, you're going to do the prayer of the faithful. So it's really going to be a nice family occasion. That Justin and I get to do this together. So I may let you know how that goes. I may post it somewhere. I don't know. I'm just going to see. So that was yesterday, and I'm excited about Justin doing the readings, and I think it's taking him into more of a role. He has a role now, and to sense. And his sister, the twin of Sage, doesn't want anything to do with it right now, and that's fine. I think she's just really shy. And explain to her she has so many other gifts that she can offer. She's kind, she's good, she's great with children. I said, you'll find it. You'll find how you serve others. So that was it yesterday. I wish you a great week, and I will see you here next week. And happy learning. Take care. Bye-bye.